Good morning. It is January 5th. I hope everybody is working on getting back into their normal routine and getting the new year off to a great start. I ran across this really awesome scripture this morning as I was doing some studying, and it reminded me of a little bit of my younger days. Not that many years ago, I used to run a lot. When I was in the service, I would run about 10 miles a day. And when I headed out, I always had a specific goal in mind of where I was running to. And the longer I ran the course that I was on, the more I got to know my course. I'd learn the pitfalls, the little stumbling areas, the more difficult places that were uphill instead of downhill. And I got to become into a nice normal rhythm the longer I ran that course. But I found this verse in Jeremiah 12:5 this morning. If you have raced with men on foot and they have wore you out, how can you compete with horses? If you stumble in safe country, how will you manage in the thickets of the Jordan? And I got to think about that. We all run a race. You know, metaphorically speaking, the race of life, we're all heading the same direction, at least the same end. Yes, as sad as it may seem, we all will pass away eventually. So we're all racing toward that moment, some at a faster pace than others. But we also read in Scripture that says we should be racing, keeping our eye on eternity with Jesus. And if we are running with that kind of goal in mind, and keeping our eyes fixed on that goal, the things that are going on around us will still be going on around us. But our eyes won't be focused on that. You know, I get news updates on my phone all the time, and I've actually just had to finally just turn them off because there's so much going on in the news, mostly political right now, that can steer our eyes away from the goal that we have each and every day, which is working or running toward eternity with Jesus. And if our eyes are focused on that, He's going to make sure to light our path and make sure we have good direction. This place that I used to run when I was in South Carolina, I knew it pretty well in the light, but I made the mistake one time of going later in the evening for my evening run, and it got dark. And even though all along the path I knew where those little pitfalls were in the dark, you can lose your bearing. And I tripped in one of the holes that I knew was there and wound up messing up my ankle. And it was about 6 months before I could actually go out and run again. And by then, it took a long time to even get through my normal run. And it's the same with life. If we're running in the dark without the light of Jesus, we're going to trip and fall. We're going to get hurt. We're going to get wore out and not reach that goal. So I hope today that in your race that you're running, you'll be running in the light and you'll be heading toward the goal, toward that light of Jesus Christ. So may He fill you with light and strength and endurance as you run your race today. God bless.